The following is a fan-based video under fair use. The Halo franchise are all owned by Bungie, 343 Industries, Ensemble Studios, Creative Assembly, Xbox Game Studios, Microsoft, Apple, Windows Vista, Mechanix, Raw Thrills, Paramount Plus, CBS, Frank O'Connor, Martin O'Donnell, Michael Salvatori, Marcus Leto, and Jason Jones. Please support the official released and streaming services.
Ugh, man, this sucks. I never imagined this would be my life now.
For the time being, that is.
Living with two roommates, which, it's not bad, but one of them is literally the personification of true evil. I was almost going to literally call him Lucifer at one time. Yeah, like there's someone named actual Lucifer. And not to mention, I've also been having these weird, strange nightmares lately in the past few months, ever since October of last year. Ugh. Man, it's been some crazy shit going on. And I hope no one's worried about me back home.
And I also got that review that I'm working on.
Actually, I got nothing to cover this year. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, I got the Devilman Crybaby review coming up, but holy shit, I'm still doing my research on that. So, it's gonna be on hold for a bit, but I'm still working on it. If only there was something I could do besides doing Devilman content. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like going to guy in Devilman, but I want to do something more.
Master Redlin, I'd finished the task that you have requested.
Oh, that's my computer AI. I was able to install it lately, and he's been my assistant for the time being until I get back to my world.
Hey, what's up? Why you looking down? Is something bothering you once again? You want me to play some funny videos to cheer you up?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you, I kinda got nothing to cover. And I kinda already mentioned that the Devilman Crybaby review is still in production hell. After the hell fiasco that was my Demon Lord Dante that took a toll on me, overall I got nothing I want to cover. Honestly, I just wish I could just go relive my childhood.
Actually, I think I got an idea that you might like to hear.
Please tell me it's something I can use to kill that rapping dog.
No, not even close. Look, you're someone who grew up from the 2000s, correct?
Yeah? Where are you going with this?
Well, after looking into your bio and memories, I found something that could be a good review you'll actually like.
Hold it. You can actually see my memories? How? Never mind.
What is it that you have that can actually get me out of my depression?
Well, it's not much, but take a listen to this music I found in the old relic from the time before the Great War. It's a singing chant.
Alright, sure thing. Just punch it. The hell was that?
Sorry there, just something I wanted to pull off at you. But here's the actual track.
Wait, this music... No, it couldn't be. It's just impossible. The only other soundtrack I can recognize this is from is Halo. Oh, hell yeah.
Hey guys, it's me, Ramblin' Rangers, and welcome back.
Sorry that I haven't been posting for a while. But honestly, I really want to talk about this for once since I never got a chance to last year. Hold on for a sec, before we actually start the video, I better get the right attire for this review. Here, activate clothes swapping. I needed it for the video. Ah, much better. Now, anyways,
Let's talk about Halo. I'm just gonna go by saying this, I freaking love the Halo series. If there was something from my childhood that brings me back from the early 2000s that I love to this day, I mean, sure, you got Dragon Ball GT on Cartoon Network, and alongside the Terror Caps and Tease Clone Wars series, which is not Disney Plus.
Ironic.
Hell, even the WWE was the shit back then when I was a little toady. But by far, one of the series that has a special place in my heart, it has to be the Halo series. Well, specifically Halo 2. Yeah, I'm gonna go by the record saying Halo 2 was actually the first ever Halo game that got me into the franchise. But overall, it still has a place even after 20 years. I'm still playing Halo. Well, mostly on the Master Chief Collection, but goddamn, I love this game. Not only this series amazing, and if I had to quote from another Halo YouTuber, this series is just iconic. Honestly, this is not just a game franchise. It's a cinematic masterpiece, minus some bad apples here and there, which has grown into a huge fan base that has still grown strong for over 20 years since the release of Combat Evolved. I mean, seriously, besides the game, there's like so many Halo materials, it's insane. There's already mentioned the games, as I said, along with the running-based strategy game Halo Wars 1 and 2, spin-off titles like Halo 3 ODST and the iconic Halo Reach, but it doesn't stop there. I'm not kidding, it gets more. There's some movies, cancel movies, fan series, Halo Risk, Halo Monopoly, Halo Mega Bloks, Halo Snacks, Halo TV shows, Halo Cooking Book, Halo everything!
The list is almost endless.
Oh, and speaking of the Halo series, after a decade of development hell, we finally got the Halo series that fans been craving since the days of Peter Jackson's. And, I know this might sound shocking, and I can understand a lot of people are upset of it. I'm actually one of those that actually enjoy the Halo TV series. Yes, I gotta understand there were some problems with it, don't get me wrong, but as someone who waited for this series to come out from the days when I was a little bit froggy, I am actually at least appreciate that they did actually got a Halo series out. But let's just get down to what I enjoy about the Halo series. Before we start on that, let's go back where the game came from and how it all began. If I have to quote another gaming YouTuber that covers another beloved game series that I would quote, to get the heart of the story, you have to go back to the beginning. Now, this is going to be a short abridge of what I'm about to explain. If you'd like to know more about this, there's a documentary by Nick930 that did a full hour documentary on the Halo franchise. So if you want to check it out, the descriptions will be boxed below. So who are the team responsible with Halo? Well, that would be the former studio Bungie, which at the time actually made some other titles like Myth, Pathways, Desert Storm, and Marathon, which the latter would have some inspiration to the Halo series. Even possibility connected to the same series in the same universe. But it's only based on Bungie lore, not 343, which, to be fair, 343 team is former Bungie members. But for Halo, much like Myth, it was actually going to be a strategy game at one point, but that would later be cut and it would later be used for the blueprint for Halo Wars. Originally, it was actually promoted as a Mac product. Yes, for those who love Halo being the king of Microsoft, Halo at one time was an Apple product. Sorry, that's just the truth. Now we know that it was not the final product, but a while back, the actual gameplay footage of this was later shown, which for a while, Lost Media Hunters jump around, and you know, they actually found some clips of it, and it actually looks pretty decent. It would actually have been the first ever third-person shooter, I think. I might be wrong, but let's continue on. So, Halo CE, that's short for Combat Evolved, would later be an Xbox title, which a lot of Mac fanatics were not happy as they believe they sold out, and hell, if I have to quote from someone from Halo 2, it probably would be this scene here.
This is unprecedented and unacceptable.
honestly, if they didn't sign a deal with Microsoft, and this is just my opinion, I don't think Halo would be as popular as it is today. So, Halo was released on November 2001, which became a major hit, so much so it even won Game of the Year. The game itself is still played to this day, even after 20 years of the original release. The last ever game Bungie would ever work on was Halo Reach, which, surprisingly, is actually one of my favorite Halo games. Which is funny that the last title would actually be a prequel to the first Halo, which honestly is a good send-off to the original trilogy. So you're probably wondering, how did I get myself into the Halo series? Well, actually, you see, it wasn't Halo Combat Evolved that got me into the franchise. It was actually its sequel, which is another fan favorite second to Reach, Halo 2. I remember a lot of times playing this game as a little brother. Oh, the fun times of me and my family would play this with friends and stuff. Oh, it was the best. And when Halo 3 came out, we all played the hell out of the game, which I think might have caused our Xbox to crash and have the red ring of death. This is actually true. I'm not even joking. This actually happened. In fact, there's another story that I know from my buddy, Regent Red Eye, where something like this did happen. If you want to check that out, go to the links down below. Now, this retrospective series is not me just going to reveal all the games. That's not the intention of this video. I'm also just here to talk about the characters, the themes, the settings, and the lore, and a lot of pop culture reference of Halo. I mean, heck, Halo even had his own ARG to promote the release of Halo 2. I am, of course, talking about Ilovebees. Yes, that's what it was called. I'm not even joking. If you want to know more about the whole Ilovebees, links will be down below. Oh, and a little bonus of that, if there's one thing I'm going to bring up about the whole Ilovebees thing, it would be the Hurricane Ivan incident. Okay, so here's the gist. During the time as the people go around finding the payphones for the Ilovebees ARG, a hurricane was approaching in the southern US states, which caused 123 fatalities. Oh, the story doesn't stop there. Some crazy madman of a fan, I shit you not, decided to go to a specific payphone to solve a puzzle with the ARG. And when the person actually got an answer from the caller, I shit you not, the person on the phone broke kayfabe and says this.
Dude, it's a hurricane. Put the phone down.
That has to be the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life. And honestly, I want to know who the person was that did that, because I would really like to meet him. Don't get me wrong, going through a hurricane is a bad idea, but I gotta be honest with you guys, this man or woman, I'm not sure if he's a man or a woman, has to be the most badass motherfucker to do something like that. This person literally went all Chad to a goddamn hurricane to complete an ARG puzzle. Like he's fucking JoJo approaching Dio.
ほう、向かってくるのか。逃げずにこのディオに近づいてくるのか。近づかなきゃ、てめえをぶちのめせないんだ。ほうほう。
Alright, that's enough of the ARG Hurricane incident. Let's talk about some other media that Halo was shown to the public to hype up its game. One of my favorites has to be the Toys R Us ones, as this is something as I and many others grew up going to the stores. So seeing this brings a smile on my face, and it's actually kind of impressive that they would use the store to promote Halo 2 and even Halo 3 is probably the peak of video game eras of the 2000s. Hell, it was even on the news.
One of the most eagerly awaited video games finally goes on sale.
Preparing to rewrite retail history.
Video game is expected to have bigger first-day revenues than any movie has ever had an opening day at the box office.
Biggest retail launch in entertainment
history.
Dozens
of grown men and probably about 3 women have crawled out of their parents' basements tonight to be first in line to buy the new video game Halo 2.
Back with the game series, as I mentioned before, there's a lot of pop culture reference. There's reference from Aliens.
Oh man, we're trapped in here. We're screwed. We're screwed, man. Well, that's great. That's just fucking great, man. Now what the fuck are we supposed to do? This is some real pretty shit now, man. You finished?
And Starship Troopers. And I have also learned that there was an anime Starship Troopers where this is shown. Now, when I was little, this was the first time I realized there was an anime that has a power armor suit that looks like
fucking Chief!
Well, if it isn't Master Chief stealing my intellectual property.
I was blown out of my mind. Holy crap.
What about this? And this!
Lately, Daddy hasn't even been doing that stuff himself.
And as for the alien reference, well, let's look into the myth, the legend, the sex machine himself, Sergeant Avery Johnson.
Damn right I am.
Who his character is actually based on Sergeant Apon, who's pretty much Johnson. Seriously, if you compare the two, they're practically the same person. Now, I know you have your Sergeant Wood, Sergeant Robots, and of course, Marcus Phoenix, to name a few, but Johnson was by far the most iconic and beloved. The guy was literally quite the Chad. I mean, seriously, the things that come out of his mouth are just pure legendaries. Here, take a listen.
Man, we let those dumb bugs out to the middle of nowhere to keep them from getting their filthy claws on Earth. But we stumbled onto something that's so hot for them that they're scrambling over each other to get it. Well, I don't care if it's God's own anti-son of a bitch machine or a giant hula hoop, we're not gonna let them have it.
Dear humanity, we regret being alien bastards. We regret coming to Earth.
And we most definitely regret the Corps just blew up our raggedy-ass fleet. Hoorah! Usually the good Lord works in mysterious ways, but not today. This here is 66 tons of straight-up H-E-spewing divine intervention. If God is love, then you can call me Cupid.
Oh, I know what the ladies like.
Hell, the man was even in a goddamn Geico commercial. I'm not joking. He was in a Geico commercial.
The message just repeats. Regret, regret, regret.
Catcher.
Any idea what it means?
Dear humanity, we regret being alien bastards. We regret coming to Earth.
And we most definitely regret that we're not saving money on insurance. Hoorah!
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Yeah, take that, progression. You may have Sonic the Hedgehog in a commercial, but Geico has motherfucking Sergeant Avery Johnson.
I mean, for Christ's sake, there's even rumors that he can even shoot laser eyes.
In fact, there's a lot of memorable characters besides the Master Chief and Cortana, like Lord Hood, voiced by the Fallout narrator and Son of Anarchy star Ron Perlman. And then there's even the legendary Ilovebees, voice of Spawn and Goliath himself. There are like so many other characters that are just so memorable. It's like you could do a drinking game or like play, hey, name your Halo characters that you love. Like you got Artez from Halo 2 and Halo 3. So where the hell was he in Halo 5? Sergeant Force from Halo Wars, Edward Bug from Halo 3 ODST and returning in Halo 5. I mean, the list is endless. There's so many, but we're not quite done yet. Oh, hell no. I have saved the best for last. So, as you're going through beating the Covenant in the first Halo game, and yes, this is talking about Halo Combat Evolved, when you're starting the game for the first time, you thought this was just a game about humans versus aliens. But when the mission 343 Guilty Start actually introduces something that is a complete plot twist, which was kind of hinted at the end of the last mission. You see, this game, I kid you not, if you didn't read the novels, this game had a secret that you weren't expecting to happen, that Halo fans would still remember 20 years from now. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then I'll let this SpongeBob sketch give you an idea.
SpongeBob, quick, reel it in! Can't you hear the music? That's a 4/4 string ostinato in D minor! Every sailor knows it means that! Before it's too late! Hurry, SpongeBob! The music gets louder! There you go, you stinking real friends! Stop playing that music! Stop it, please! I'm begging you!
Yes, that's right, the Flood. Probably the most shocking turn of events that no one has seen coming. As I just mentioned, your first glance of the game was about you stopping alien factions from destroying humanity, but it actually becomes revealed that as you learn about the Flood, you realize it turns out that the Halos were not just a weapon that could use like a Death Star. Oh, hell no. The weapon was actually a last resort built by the Forerunners to literally wipe out the Flood and their means of spreading, as the Flood literally needs life form to literally survive. Humans, Covenant, whatever. In order to stop them, you have to starve them to death. And that's exactly what Halo has made. Wipe out all sentient life across the galaxy. Even that was still a problem, as the Forerunners, the one who makes the ring, fucking thought it was a good idea to keep some of the samples to study. I'm not even joking, some of the Floods were kept as samples to be studied on. Now granted, they were keeping them to find a way to cure the Flood to make an anti-Flood vaccine. Spoilers, from what I was able to research and many others, there is no cure or whatsoever. And you know what? You know what happened to some Floods that did survive? They would escape by incompetent monitors that were influenced by the logic play. By the peak of the Flood evolution, the gravemind.
I once befriended the gravemind.
When was that?
The Christmas party at Undine's?
You threw spaghetti at him.
I was being friendly.
Yeah, well, being friendly almost got you killed.
In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have thrown the spaghetti.
I can't say I'm a great lover of his attitude at all. Seems as if he's always looking down on the lower classes. A bit of a snob in my humble opinion, yes.
The Daleks do not enjoy the company of the gravemind. He is a bad person. The constant rhyming is also very annoying. Indeed, it is an obnoxious way of speaking. Thank the Emperor that our speech is perfectly audible. You are welcome.
Now, not going into details about this terrifying abomination against nature, but again, I'll link another video that gives you the lore behind this ancient evil that's probably one of the most terrorizing threat of all life in the galaxy. Luckily, John 117 put a stop to the Flood in Halo 3. Or so it seems, as even after the Flood was defeated in Halo 3, they somehow survived that and are still active as seen in Halo Wars 2. One must wonder if it also survived and is plotting for a noble global spread across the galaxy once more.
Silence fills the empty grave now that I am gone. But my mind is not at rest, for questions linger on. I will ask, and you will answer.
All right. Shoot.
So, here I am, going to be 24, and throughout my life growing up from my early 2000s, I just want to say Halo does have a special place in my heart. And after all these years, it's still growing wrong, minus some, issues with the community here and there's still that going on. I want to thank you all for sticking by with this little review, and I just want to say this was something that I've been wanting to do for so long. This video was more of a back to memory lanes, and honestly, I never felt so touched from the recent Halo Infinite as it got me back into playing Halo once more. Which I gotta thank my cousin who got me into checking out Halo Infinite and playing it. Thanks, cuz. But overall, in conclusion, Halo is more than just a simple game franchise. Halo is a series that inspires so many future creators, even players throughout from all over the world, that having fun with the game 20 years ago. It also birthed the future internet memes that are still a thing. Hell, there's even one that I'm going to use right now where Master Chief was given the granted as Spectre status.
You are the first human Spectre, Commander. This is a great accomplishment for you and your entire species.
Lucky me.
I want to say thank you all for watching this. If you like this retrospective, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for future videos. If you want to get an update from me regarding myself on other projects, be sure to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, DNR, TikTok for more updates. Until then, I will see you all in the next video ahead. Oh, I almost forgot about one thing I forgot to mention. So, I almost forgot, since I kind of mentioned this about the Paramount Plus thing. Yes, I see this, and I know that there's some mixed bags here and there.
I still like it, but even before that in Forerunner Dawn, which I recommend you guys at least check that out because it's actually fucking awesome. Halo is actually going to be a motion picture film by, get this, the team behind King Kong 2005 and the fucking Lord of the Rings trilogy. Yes, that's right. Peter Jackson and his studios were going to help work on a Halo film. They even went as far as building some drivable warhogs and even props for the film, which would actually be used for the Halo Free Landfall live-action shorts. Sadly, as we're all aware, alongside the game that was tied to the film, it never got made, but parts of it did in fact end up being District 9, as well as the tie-in game that would use some elements from it that would be Halo Free ODST. But the story is not yet over, as I got more information as I learned. You see, prior to District 9 ever being released, when Jax was working on the collaboration with Halo, there was another collaboration he also was working on, which he put the Halo series aside, because he also was collaborating with Gynex and ADV to do a live-action series of... Hell? What the hell? What is this? Computer, what's going on?
You have an incoming message.
A message? From who?
It's unknown, but the name of the message reads the following: The Third Impact.
No.